So as many of you guys probably remember, a few days ago I have made a video about the AH-64 Apache actually receiving a brand new feature which assists its aiming heavily. I also just like to call it AimBot because it hit almost every single shot did. And the most interesting part about all of this is that this feature is now no longer in the game, and I'd like to actually show you guys that because I am really surprised that they decided to remove this, I believe, a few hours after my video was released. And I'm sorry for not talking about this earlier because this feature has been gone for probably a day now, and right here, as you guys can see, I am no longer really able to lock onto this tank. So that really does prove a point, because before I was able to really lock onto any vehicle at 1,000 studs. Now that's not really the case. Right here, the Mangusta, if it gets, let me try to get close to it and show you guys, like, there we go. Like, I can't lock onto it either. So now here's the big question. Why did they actually remove this feature after adding it for basically no reason? I do have a few theories which I'd like to actually run you guys through in today's video. So let's just jump in. So the first theory I have is that this was actually added by accident, and I don't really understand how such a big feature could really slip through the cracks and be added by accident. However, considering the facts that a vehicle like the V22 Osprey, which they clearly said to nerf in this recent update, hasn't been nerfed, hasn't been touched in any way, which is already weird enough. Other balance changes have also not gotten in this update. It is not too far out of the realm of possibility that the same thing has happened with this feature, but instead of it not being added, like the balance changes, it was added by mistake. Now the next theory which I have is that this was probably way too overpowered, at least that's what the devs have thought, and for this reason they decided to remove it, to probably put it under some maintenance or some kind of changes, so they could actually make this feature work a lot more better and closer to what they actually want to achieve out of this vehicle, instead of it just being able to hit every single shot against vehicles which are on the ground. Because I believe this was actually quite balanced against air vehicles in particular, however against ground this definitely needed more work, and they needed to at least make it semi-skilled in a way to at least make it make sense. Because I feel like as a ground vehicle or a tank player, this feature really did just insist on one thing, and that's that you start camping and playing extremely annoying in order to be able to counter it. Or you could just be insanely cracked at the game and shoot people out of the sky as well. And now moving into the third and last option, I believe this is the most likely possibility here, and that's that they specifically added this as a feature for a few days that they wanted to test and get some feedback on, and the reason why they decided to not announce it was specifically so something like this doesn't get spammed. Because right after my video has gotten posted, they decided to remove this feature, so I believe they kinda got to the point where everybody was spamming it. Like, I was just watching people using the V22 Osprey and the Apache only in every server that I was in. But anyway, for the time being, I'll see you guys in the next video. Do let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.